What I love the most is those misty mornings early before we start harvesting, and just smelling the crop is just beautiful. The anatomy of a hop is we call them a cone, and within this flower they are producing what we call lupulin. Lupulin is produced by the lupulin glands, and they're essentially crystals which contain the resins and oils, which provide a huge range of aromas and flavours and bittering effects for beer. All varieties have a different quality or a different quantity of these oils, and that influences the aromas that they give off. And hops were originally introduced into beer or ale for their preservative qualities. Beer without hops would be quite malty, slightly sweet, possibly a little bit watery. I'm Aaron Milletta, and I'm a hop grower. I maybe wouldn't have imagined it earlier on, being a hop farmer, but now that I am, I absolutely wouldn't change it. My family have been sheep and beef farmers for, well, I'll be the 4th generation now, before we decided to diversify into hops. Starting out as a hop grower, there's a huge amount to learn. All the way from harvesting equipment, design of our processing facilities, how our garden is set up, which varieties we're going to grow, which soil types they thrive in, irrigation systems, everything. It's been a huge learning curve. It's been pretty fascinating. We'd never be able to diversify without the help of the NZ Hops Cooperative and the other growers. We can have a lot of environmental factors like hailstorms. That's pretty scary. You can lose a crop pretty quick to that. With the co-op, there's always going to be another grower who's going to supply those hops to that customer. What can be really challenging is how rapid they can grow. In their early stage of growing in spring, they can grow up to 1 foot a day, and we have to train these plants up strings in the right stage of growth so that we can select the right vines. During harvest, all varieties have a slightly different picking window. If you're too early, they'll be too bland, too mild. And if they're too late, they deteriorate in quality, because again, plants don't wait for you. This year we are harvesting NZ Hops' newest hop variety for the first time, Nectaron. It's sweet, fruity, and it's just different to anything else. The aroma is full of passion fruit, nectarine, pineapple, and yeah, it's totally unique.
It's been 17 years in the breeding. Typically the breeding program would be anything between 12 to 15 years, and Nectaron is a variety that demonstrates quite unique characteristics, and particularly in flavours and aromas that are so different to anything else that we've actually produced over the many years of the relationship here at Plant and Food. At the beginning, we've got between 2,000 and 4,000 plants. We will cross and seed out and weed out those that we don't think will make it in the long run. We do all our hops breeding and trialling actually in the nurseries, using the seedlings, doing all the crossing, and then we'll test things in the lab, but for the most part everything's done out in that particular nursery. And it's a low conversion rate. I mean, we're talking probably in the 1% range that will actually end up being 15 years later, a new rock star hop. The last part of the hop breeding program is actually really interesting. So it's at this stage we are very determined to understand the success of the hop. We'll get our master growers like Aaron, introduce him to a selection of our master brewers, put them together and watch the magic happen over the next 2 to 3 years to really validate that hop. New Zealand hops has a long history, a great pedigree, and above all, enormous amount of experience over the 150 years that we've been around. We see innovation as the future of success for us. Brewers have used pellets. We pelletise those, and we send those New Zealand hops pellets through to our partner in the UK, Totally Natural Solutions. Hops pellets contain oils, and their role is to extract those oils. And the hop oils can be used in probably 3 areas: new product development, flavour enhancement, or dry hopping replacement. If you introduce the pellets to the beer, they don't stay there, they have to be taken out. With oil, you just pour it straight in and during the brewing process and leave it there. And it's really a natural booster to the actual brewing process without having the inefficiency of all the waste matter that pellets have.
New Zealand, and in particular the Tasman region, has an excellent climate for growing hops. There's a number of factors. It's the sunshine hours, our soil types, our soft mineral water, low wind, reasonably heavy frosts in the winter. These are all characteristics that hops thrive in. We are lucky that we have no fungal diseases here, so we don't have to use any spray fungicides. These factors really provide the uniqueness of the hops grown here in New Zealand. It's the climate and the land. Hops have been grown in Nelson since 1842, and I can really feel how this land is steeped in hop history and heritage. I'm really glad that I've diversified and joined into NZ Hops family of farmers.
Kia ora.